Literally every day of the year, legal aid staff provide legal assistance to struggling, vulnerable New Yorkers in all 5 boroughs of New York City. Annually, our staff handles 300,000 individual legal matters, but we also bring law reform cases to address the underlying problems that are affecting some 2 million low-income children and adults in every community in the city. The cases that you're about to see are just a sampling of some of the work we've done over the last few months to make a tremendous difference in the lives of everyday New Yorkers.
At one point, I was totally blind. I had cataracts and I couldn't see.
Ice is a senior citizen who came to our office looking for assistance with obtaining more home care. He had been receiving home care from the Veterans Administration, and they were cutting his hours more and more as budget cuts were happening there.
Meaning that I was in the house 24 hours a day, unable to go into the street. That's a real pull on a person who's used to being out and moving around in the community. I can't say how happy I am with legal aid. They've brought me to a point where I now have a home health aide who's one of the greatest ladies in the world, I would think.
It's important to work on these cases to get seniors, especially seniors who have served our country, more home care hours, because this is how people manage to stay in their homes, to live fulfilling lives.
My only problem is that there are other people out there I know in the same position and unable to get the services because the money is not available.
This case involves 6 workers who were all immigrants from China who went to work at a nail salon, and sometimes they were never even paid at all. When they were, it was often less than minimum wage. They were never paid overtime. And then once they finally stood up, learned their rights, and sued the boss, the 4 of them who were still working there at the time all got fired. I think victories like this are important first for employers to show that there are real consequences for not complying with the law and paying people what they're supposed to be paid. I think the bigger impact is on workers and showing them that even if you're not paid correctly, if you're willing to come forward, there's people there who are going to help you and happy to help you.
他不仅帮我们打赢了这个 case， 而且是我们更加了解了美国的法律，然后在我们重新找工作的时候，我们就会更加的自信。
The problem for our clients is that they can be stopped and frisked just for walking down the street. If they are stopped and frisked and arrested, that arrest can lead to their being evicted, to becoming homeless, to losing their jobs.
Scary having someone just stop you for no reason. It was scary.
Alika was arrested in January of 2011. She was walking through the New York City Housing Authority project where she lives. She was not in her own building. She was in another portion of the project going to visit her grandmother. 2 officers came up to her and said that if she didn't empty her pockets and show them what she had, that they would get a female officer to come and strip search her. This is entirely illegal.
I was ashamed because I've never been arrested before.
When they did force her to empty her pockets, she pulled out what I believe is 1 bag of marijuana, and that 1 bag, now that it is in public view, turned the arrest from a mere violation into a misdemeanor.
Do we really want people who are employed to get fired and now have to receive public assistance to be able to feed themselves and their children?
In 2009, Anna Garrett came to the Legal Aid Society seeking help, trying to save her home from foreclosure.
Every day when I come home and I leave the house, I know it used to be mine. Now when I come home, it's so stressful because everything in that house, it was fixed and done by hard work, my hard work.
For many of these homeowners, they're trying to modify their loans, trying to work with the banks, but unfortunately, many banks are unwilling to work with them. Chief Judge Jonathan Lippman realized the importance of this and passed an initiative to require legal representation in foreclosure cases in the settlement conference process.
I am so grateful to the Legal Society. If it was not them, I would be already homeless outside on the street.
I wasn't happy. I knew I wasn't happy. I mean, I was that girl you couldn't stand looking at. You'd walk by and just, be like, what is she doing out here? In that mini skirt in the middle of winter. It's like 3 degrees outside. Like, what is she doing?
Many pimps or traffickers brand their victims with their name to mark clearly that they are property. These young women are bought and sold on the open market like slaves.
That's just a lifestyle, and it's happening like right now. It's happening behind the door. It's happening so much all around you. It's like you don't even notice.
After several months of intense work with me and other service providers dedicated to helping trafficking victims escape dangerous situations, Sarah managed to escape her trafficker and began a series of tremendous accomplishments of which I am extremely proud.
It was just like she understood where I was coming from, and it was also that she's seen cases like this before and knew what I needed and how to help me get back in school and get back in life.
What we've learned from working with them, though, is that these are among the most strong and resilient clients, and it's a privilege to be able to offer them a chance to escape a dangerous situation and turn their lives around.
The government funds our representation in criminal matters and in juvenile rights matters, but there is no right to counsel in civil legal needs. And as a result of the economic downturn, the requests for our help are increasing exponentially in our offices in all 5 boroughs. And so our frontline staff have to do the most difficult thing that you can ask anyone to do. They turn away 8 out of every 9 New Yorkers who come to us for help every day. And we know we can make a difference in their lives. With your help, we can help these New Yorkers who we currently can't, just like we helped the families and individuals in this video.